7. Barrett outside, the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home! Broke his ankles!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sorry if you hear background noise. Can't really do anything about it. That is family at the end of the day. But the New York Knicks went on to lose 115-100 versus the Miami Heat at Madison Square Garden. And you could say you're pissed off about this game, but you're also not at the same time. If you look at it like with a realistic point of view, yes, you want to see your basketball team win, but then you also have to take a look at it. This team doesn't feel like a family. There's not key chemistry. There's not key just communication or just really talking out there on the court. Not everyone's on the same page when it comes to the head coach, the front office. It's just an absolute mess. Julius Randle not playing well. You're to the point that this team probably won't make the play-in, probably won't make the playoffs. In the play-in, what does that really do for us moving forward? If we make the play-in, yes, we're competitive. Maybe it brings some positivity, like positive spirit of a winning culture, kinda. But I'm not really on that page. Yes, I want to see my team win games, but for the longevity or for the long term, what does that do? These guys aren't going to be here in a few years, or some of these guys won't be here in a few years. And also, it's going to trick the front office into thinking we're a better team than we really are, at least in my opinion. Hopefully, Leon Rose does not think that way if we do somehow go on to go to the play-in. And, like, yes, it would have been awesome to beat the Miami Heat, but we beat the Golden State Warriors. We built no momentum off of that. Like, this team can't carry on any type of momentum at all. But the final score of 115-100 really did not dictate how this game was. This was a much closer game than that final score. Yes, they did take control in those last couple minutes of, like, really stupid turnovers. Just, I thought, like, I'm a Giants fan, I thought Daniel Jones was out there in the fourth quarter for the New York Knicks. I felt so bad. It was just such an embarrassment if you're a New York Knicks fan watching this game. But at the same time, you gotta be excited. I'm not kind of excited. You gotta be very excited. But a negative note here: no Kemba, no Derrick Rose. Miles McBride still doesn't start or barely plays at all. He plays the last 2 minutes of the first half. Alec Burks gets the start at point guard once again. Like, what is that? Alec Burks didn't really do anything. Evan Fournier didn't really do anything. Struggled defensively. Got off to a solid start shooting the ball. Randle, he played tough. He played very hard. He pushed the pace, but that doesn't mean he played smart. He turned the ball over a lot. He took unnecessary shots. He wasn't really efficient shooting the ball at all, but he rebounded. I thought he made nice reads, kicking it out to an RJ Barrett. I thought we did a good job feeding the hot hand of an RJ. Prayers out to Quentin Grimes. He had a very scary injury. I don't think it is an ACL injury, but he seems like a good guy. You hate to see anyone go down with an injury, and he's been playing good basketball for us. That's just terrible luck for this New York Knicks organization, and hopefully it's a speedy recovery, or however long his recovery is. Hopefully he does come back at full strength or close to the production that he was playing at. Good thing with his play style, he doesn't rely on athleticism. But the Miami Heat, like, I'm not that pissed. Like, yes, you want to see your team win, but the Miami Heat are a finals contender. They really are. They have one of the best coaches in basketball who's adjusted to the brand new era of the NBA, of really bringing it out to the three-point line. This man's been coaching for a very long time. He's one of the best coaches of all time. He coached, like, big threes, like Chris Bosh, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. He's coached not the greatest of talented teams. Then, like, he's built his team through the draft, or helped, like, helped the Pat Riley, or helped the organization build throughout the draft. They're just one of the best organizations in basketball. They picked up a PJ Tucker, who's a glue guy, plays physical defense. He does little things that equal big things when it comes to the winning column. He's great at hitting those corner threes. You got Kyle Lowry, who helped the Raptors win an NBA championship a few years back. That's a good pickup. You have Jimmy Butler, one of the most mentally tough players in the league. He's just an absolute stud. Duncan Robinson, I thought we did a good job on him, or he was just non-existent in this basketball game. I believe he finished with 0 points, or he had 3 points in this game. But Tyler Hero, I believe that is the 6th man of the year. You have Bam Adebayo, you have Martin. They just have such great pieces. They find in the G League as well, like Kyle Guy, Yurt7, like, oh my gosh, they're just such a great basketball team, and they just did such a great job making adjustments when we were up early, like 10-0 in this basketball game. Like, early on, they were missing shots. It was very hard for them to find their offense, and it was very hard to find themselves defensively. They were turning the ball over, not making great decisions, and you could say that's pretty much how the Knicks finished this game. Like, they swapped roles throughout this basketball game, if I'm telling you guys, like, the truth here. But I felt like where the momentum swung, like, Fournier got off to a pretty solid start, and then he absolutely fell off. Mitchell Robinson didn't really provide us much. Burks, we know what he is. Randall, he rebounded the ball well, and I thought he made some nice reads, but he played hard, but he didn't play smart. He wasn't efficient when it came to scoring the basketball, but Tyler Hero was a freaking stud for the Miami Heat off the bench. He was a beast down the stretch. He was a beast when, like, every second he was out there on the floor offensively. He did struggle defensively, but the offense was just bad. Like, we just can't ignore that. Like, at one point, I thought the Knicks were playing some good defense, but then we had some collapses of leaving guys open outside on the perimeter or allowing guys to go to the basket. But, like, credit to Martin. Like, I always get Cody and Caleb mixed up, though, to be completely real with you guys. Like, I know one plays for the Charlotte Hornets, but the freaking Twins, like, Cody, jeez, I don't even know if it's Cody or Caleb. Like, I feel like I'm watching Sweet Life of Zach and Cody once again, but the Heat are just so good. Bam Adebayo's presence on defense. But let's get into the elephant in the room. Let's get into the elephant in the room because he pretty much put this team on his back. It looked like this game was going to get ugly. I'm sorry if you heard someone shut the door. This game really, really could have got ugly. We could have lost by 1,000,000 points. We should have lost by 1,000,000 points. But R.J. Barrett had 30 points in the first half. At one point in this game, he had like 40 of our 90 points. That's embarrassing. That is bad. That's how you know your offense is bad because Quickly didn't really provide much off the bench. We didn't have Grimes, which we desperately needed. We had some injuries, so this was just awful. We know Jericho Sims, he's not a big offensive guy. He had a couple nice possessions, a nice couple possessions defensively. He had a great play. He played straight hands up fundamental defense on Jimmy Butler to stop him at the rim. I actually thought we did a solid job on him, but he's mentally tough. He's going to get his at the end. I'm sorry, I cannot speak English, but yeah, he really struggled defending like the alley-oop, but they just did such a great job adjusting on defense when we were up early in this game. They were just really collapsing us outside. But yeah, let's get back into RJ. RJ, 30 points in the first half. This dude was getting to the free throw line. He hit a turnaround fadeaway in this game to close out the half. He had this beautiful off the dribble 3-ball. We didn't see just a bunch of catch and shoot stuff. We saw off the dribble like bag, or we saw like off the dribble move from RJ Barrett, which you want to see. If you want him to be that number 1, number 2 guy moving forward, we need to see him create for himself, and he did that. And he also crashed the glass. Maybe you could say he wasn't the greatest in the playmaking department, but at one point they were throwing double teams at him. They just couldn't stop him. RJ Barrett was freaking amazing in this game, and he finished the game with 46 freaking points. 46 points. But it's just a shame no one else stepped up. Like, usually if someone has 46 points or someone has 30 points, that means the defense is going to attract on them, and it's going to open up things a lot more for the other players. That wasn't the case because Randall struggled. He couldn't hit the side of the barn. He made stupid decisions with the basketball. And when RJ was going off, and when Fournier had a big third quarter, he really did. But Tyler Hero continued to get his. Jimmy Butler started to take it personal, and he started to heat up. He's like, RJ, you know I'm still one of the best players out there. Bam Adebayo was making his presence felt. Kyle Lowry, he was playing well defensively. Like, when we would come back, it would be a turnover, a bad possession, Randall taking a stupid shot. The turnovers really hurt us, especially in that fourth quarter. We kept on getting closer and closer and just not being able to just grasp that lead at the end. Like, it just really hurt with these turnovers and these boneheaded possessions on offense. Like, I'm tired of this offense. We give it to one guy, go to work. I'm tired of that because we don't even have the personnel. We don't have a Kevin Durant. We don't have a James Harden. That works when you have those types of players, but we don't. We don't have superstars on this squad, even though RJ looked like one tonight. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar, and I don't mean to be a hater, but if he knocked down his free throws, he would have had over 50 points, but we continue to give just RJ the ball, and he would go to work. He would draw fouls. He would be awesome. But at one point in the fourth quarter, it looked like it could have potentially been our game. Where the end of the third, it's just like turnover, then like back-to-back possession, turnover, bad possession, shooting with the shot clock winding down, and they scored so many points off of the turnovers. That's what hurt us the most, like not getting back in transition. Or it was just such a stupid pass from like such a long distance, or from not the greatest area of the court, so it's hard to get back on defense. Like, just frustrating all Like, we needed to find Mitch when it came to, like, lobs at the basket. I believe Mitchell Robinson didn't have one alley-oop. They're such a great defensive team. This is one of the best teams in basketball. This is the finals contender. But you could still be frustrated. You deserve to be frustrated because, yes, the Heat play better, but we also beat ourselves. We made boneheaded play after boneheaded play. But just getting into a positive, like, there's no such thing as, like, a great loss, but if there was one to describe it, it's RJ. RJ is looking like your third overall pick. You need to nail on your third overall pick. And RJ Barrett's been playing excellent basketball lately. He's been playing very good. You get a 46 piece out of RJ Barrett, a career high. He's hitting big-time shot after big-time shot. He did have a boneheaded turnover, but he literally put this team on his back. It was just an amazing performance, snagging rebounds. He was limping. Like, at one point, he had to go to the locker room. He probably had to get the approval of his doctor. Like, can I continue to play this game? I'm supposed to be on minutes restriction. Just a wild game. Knicks don't come out victorious, though. And peace out, y'all.